What I say? Right? What did I say? If you want to be taken seriously, avoid the gray areas like maybe, kinda, sorta, if, ands, or buts. At least at first. Stand firm on a yes or stand firm on a no. Sometimes your answers need to be put in context because it's some things. Sometimes things aren't as simple as yes or no, and I get that. But people take you more seriously when they ask questions like, and it's not just yes or no. Sometimes it's one word answers. Okay, they might bring up a scenario, right? They might bring up a scenario between men and women, and maybe something happened, and they're trying to say, okay, who was right in this situation? Who was wrong in this situation? And a lot of times people are so pressured to be politically correct. They don't want to piss anyone off, or they don't want to come off a certain way, that they either don't answer the question at all, or they either don't answer the question at all. They divert with the mansplaining the womanese, or they try to say, well, they both were wrong, right? To avoid putting the blame on one side or the other side. But see, I used to be that way. But what I had to learn was I couldn't keep trying to appease both sides, right? I tip my hat to the manosphere because we've never really had an outlet or multiple platforms where it caters to guiding young men to successful relationships, successful lives, successful careers, guiding them through their success and their downfalls, their shortcomings, their hard times. Coping and dealing with life is a big deal, and some of us just really don't know how. And that's why I tip my hat to the manosphere, because a lot of us out here raised without our moms, and we were raised without our dads, and all we had was our moms. A lot of men. So it's a lot of men who are still trying to figure out like how things really go. You know, they learning as they go on the job. And you know, a lot of us are in positions where we can't really speak out with that straight talk like I just spoke of. You know, a lot of us either gotta be quiet and don't partake in that, not in front of everybody anyway, or we gotta give these PC politically correct answers, so we don't ruffle nobody's feathers, so we don't get fired, so we don't get canceled, so we don't get, you know, chastised by the machine, the powers that be. There's a lot of people who are not open to just say what they want to say, or tell the truth and be honest. And that's crazy. Where on one side it's pressure on you to tell the truth, right? And on the other side it's like you're not allowed to tell the truth. Certain truths, right? And that's sad that we don't reach the point in society where certain truths are shunned or discouraged from being talked about. And it's crazy, because it's like, I respect that LaPeef Let's Talk show, because they're talking about some subjects that I don't see a lot of other platforms really speaking on like that. Not in depth, in detail like that, from a man and woman's perspective. Usually on other people's platforms, you only see it one-sided. And if there is a debate or back and forth, usually that debate is dominated by one side over the other side. Rarely do you see a balance in concepts, a balance in a balance in solutions, a balance in addressing the issues, right? You damn sure don't see a balance in accountability. And I think that's where the LaPeef Let's Talk show is really moving towards. I think they're inching their way towards a balance and accountability. You know, I think they have a great panel selection. And I think that show's gonna go all the way because they're pioneering what I don't see done on social media anywhere. So, that was just my little spiel on straight talk. What mansplaining is, what womanese is. Women speak womanese when they're trying to hide their accountability. Men mansplain when they're trying to dodge answering straight questions that may put them at some sort of disadvantage, or that may not get them the desired instant results they want. And it's weird how we straight talk into the point where we're on the winning side of things. When it's time to benefit from that conversation and the yes answers are in our favor, we down for yes or no, let's get straight to it. That's men and women. Mansplaining and womanese. Right? But when it's time to be held accountable in some way, a lot of people that's when the womanese and the mansplaining start coming out, right? That's when the politicians start coming out. So, I really enjoy getting on here and talking about these subjects because it's kind of like therapy for me too. Sometimes you have so many thoughts and concepts swirling around in your head and you got to get it out somehow. And back in the day, I used to be able to just write it down. I write it down and it worked for the moment, right? But you ever known something or had a wealth of knowledge that you felt like other people could benefit from? That's how I feel all the time. And if I write it down in a book, right, a journal, it only benefits those who have access to that book or access to that journal. And as y'all know, people are not reading like they were 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. Everything is visual. Everything is audio and visual, right? So a vlog or starting a channel where people can actually hear and see you is the modern way of getting information out. So this has become my journal. Me speaking in front of this camera has become my journal. And that's how I'm rocking. So didn't mean to be so long-winded on this one. I'm gonna chop this up into 3 parts so that so I can get it all on my channel. But appreciate y'all for hearing me out, and I'm gonna come back with another one. I think my next video is gonna be, I'm gonna speak on the Dwayne Wade controversy, on the controversial conversation he had in the interview. But y'all tune in with your boy. I'm out.